welcome to the Mystery Chaos Draft 2015 here at ANC Games. 4 players are going to have their drafting abilities put to the test in the most cryptic, limited format ever imagined. The players have selected their packs and are almost ready to open them. Let's see if their guesses were right.
So this was the pack I got. I'm guessing this is Time Spiral.
Sounds like a good guess to me.
Yeah, Time Spiral. This one, I think it's in the same block. I'm gonna guess Future Sight.
It says no.
That should be the eye test. Why would it?
Visions.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, Visions. Yeah, I did say it was something with the eye. My guess is Revised.
oh,
That's a good guess.
That is a good guess.
So here we go.
Whoa!
Revised. Spicy card.
This one, I'm pretty sure, is the original Ravnica. I think so. Boom!
Boom.
1 for 1.
Nice.
This one, I thought it was Khan the Tarkir. Pretty sure about this one too.
So this is the newest set of new actors.
It's not the newest set, Frank. 2 for 2. And this one, based on YouTube's comments, I actually wouldn't have figured this out. They think it's Nemesis. Unless it is actually Nemesis.
Nemesis.
I think this one is Judgment.
No.
Solid pick.
Come on,
How is
it's
that?
too easy. Of course it's Judgment. Of course it's Judgment.
This one I have no idea, and that's why I picked it. I wanted a surprise.
What was your guess?
So it was
I remember. It was those conspiracy. You guys are brilliant.
Wow.
This one I remember I guessed Innistrad, but I was wrong. It is Stronghold, which I'm excited about. I drafted this set a lot back in the day.
I'm gonna guess that this one was the Masters winning golfers, with Modern Masters.
No, wrong.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, incorrect. Modern Masters. This was an all creature set. I love creatures.
That's a right try.
It's the last pack. We all know it.
I got this one wrong.
You got this one wrong?
I thought it was Gate Crash.
That's pretty good. Is it Gate Crash?
No.
It's a pack of Unhinged. Architron.
Chris Haas grabbed a pack of Revised. That set is over 20 years old and has some of the most expensive cards you could find. Let's see if he opened any. Hello everyone, this is the first draft. We're going to take a look at Chris Ha. Chris Ha opened up a pack of Time Spiral. I'm here with Evie.
Yes, I'm here too, looking at this pack of Chris Ha's.
Sorry I didn't introduce you earlier. I hope you're not offended. I hope you're not upset
I'm a little
about that.
bit offended, but I'll live.
Ooh, there's a shiny, careful consideration.
Bogart and Hellkite, he's going for the big one here, huh?
Yeah.
It's
He's go big, go home sort of guy. I think he's trying to make an impression since this is his first Mystery Chaos Draft. He wants to show up with the big guns.
yeah, that must be. And I mean, Bogart and Hellkite is a great card in terms of its effect on the board, but it does cost a legit 8.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't have any ways to cheat it into play or to somehow pay less for it, it just it seems like it might not really have a chance to flourish. But then again, I mean, these mixed drafts, sometimes the games go long, right?
It's true, yeah. Do you think that would have been your pick in this pack?
I don't think so. Usually I'd go with something a little bit less splashy, something that costs 2 mana. I saw there was the Knight of the Holy Nimbus that kind of piqued my attention. And then there was the Temporal Isolation as well,
yeah.
So pacifisms are always good.
I mean, I think that just cheap, efficient removal is always going to be good.
Yeah, because it's just an answer for whatever the opponent's doing, right? And in a draft like this, you don't really know what cards you're going to see.
I mean, doing a draft like this with all different packs, it sounds really flashy, and especially, I mean, they're in mystery envelopes with clues on them. All of that is very flashy, but the actual gameplay itself is really dominated by just efficient removal and vanilla creatures, or just generally good creatures.
Yeah.
Like, every card has to be very good on its own.
That's
because you
right.
can't expect there to be synergy.
Yeah, there's synergy's just not going to happen because these are all sets out of their blocks, right? So here we're seeing already Arcane, Splice onto Arcanes, and Modular and stuff like that. Those cards aren't really going to do anything by themselves.
So we do have a Glacial Ray, that's pretty nice.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah, and a Bound in Silence. So he could be on the multiple pacifism path if he had taken the Temporal Isolation before.
That is correct.
But even just red-white is fine. Like, if he's going to take something like Bound in Silence and, give himself a chance to get to his big bomb in the Bogart and Hellkite, that's a worthy...
When you played... you did play this draft last year, the Mystery Chaos Draft, and you were the one that actually opened the Modern Masters pack. What were you looking for in that Modern Masters pack? What cards did you feel like were MVPs, either in your deck or the other players' decks?
Wow, that's a hard question to answer. There's so many good cards in Modern Masters that it's hard to say, but something like a sword, right? Sword of Fire and Ice.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad at all.
I don't see any way to complain. It's also the easiest thing to play, regardless of what your colors turn out to be. Mm-hmm. So that's what I would be looking out for most from Modern Masters, I think. The other cards are really cool, but I don't know.
Big
Maybe
flashy bombs are always first. I mean, that's why they call... they have that acronym BREAD.
BREAD? I've never heard that.
Bombs, removal, evasion, aggro, dirtles.
Oh, and that's the order? That's the order in which you have to take them?
That's not bad. Watery
Grave. Well, I mean, it seems unlikely that he needs to take it. Plus, these guys can't money draft out of this, right?
They can. The winner takes home everything that they drafted.
Oh. So if he took the Watery Grave and won, he'd keep the Watery Grave.
Yes.
But if he didn't take it and won, he wouldn't get the Watery Grave.
Yes.
I see.
But if he takes it instead of a card that he needs for the draft, he can't take home anything.
Yeah, then he's short-selling himself here.
Instill Furor?
Instill Furor?
Yeah, there's a Farseek in there as well. And this guy is just a 2/2 Mountain Walk for 2 and a red. That's who he went with.
The Spelunkers?
Yeah, he went with the Spelunkers.
That's not terrible. They can get the job done, I'm sure.
Now, since you're not actually playing in this event, do you have a horse that you're backing?
Well, I do know that Mark and Frank are in this draft, and they always end up in the finals. So you could choose one of them and probably be fine. Yeah, I guess I would back Mark. Mark has been on a tear recently. He won the holiday draft previously, and he seems to do pretty well, with sort of mixed bag magic like this. He knows a lot of cards, and he can kind of assess cards on the fly pretty well. So
I see Chris is reading Barbarian Bully right now. It's a 2/2 for 2 and a red, just like the last card he drafted. But this one lets you discard a card at random from your hand to give it +2/+2, unless a player has Barbarian Bully deal 4 damage to him or her.
Huh.
Do you remember that card at all?
No, I don't, but it sounds like book burning.
Yeah, book burning I remember as well. Ooh, there's a Croson Verge, was that what it was?
That's the one that searches out the forest
and the plains, yeah. And a rare, Sutured Ghoul.
Ooh. Well, you can't really play Sutured Ghoul. I'd say don't bank on a card like that. He's looking at the Browbeat here. And
he took it over the Bully. Would you have made that pick?
Yeah, that's fine. Like you said, if you go with that whole bread acronym thing, you maybe wouldn't take a card like that because that's a bit more on the Dirtle side, right?
Yeah.
So he's back to his Time Spiral pack.
And that Mog War Marshal came back to him.
Yeah.
As well as the Willbender still going around. Both of them, I think, are pretty good cards. Because, do you know how I know that? They're both in Cube, or were in Cube at one point in time.
That's true. Both would be candidates for cutting now, I suppose. But I'd go with the Mog War Marshal.
He's already red.
Yeah, he's already red, and it's just a good card. It blocks very well. It gives you bodies in case you need to sack or do something like that with them. So I'd go with that.
And if you're going to try to pick up some synergy, picking up random goblins isn't the worst idea because there are a lot of goblin themes in a lot of different sets.
Yeah, goblins are sprinkled throughout lots and lots of blocks. So, and here with Lorwyn,
look at that, the Earwig Squad. That's a goblin tribal thing.
Exactly. Card? Even that Face Vaulter, is that the?
Yeah, that's Face Vaulter. Yeah.
Yeah. So just like you said, you see these goblins everywhere. This is Modern Masters. I said Lorwyn earlier, but
Yeah.
I guess that's the original set for those goblins. So he's looking again. What's he gonna go with?
So far, do you think the packs have been better in this draft than?
Then when I did it,
Yeah, then when
I'd
you-
say so. It just looks like a lot more playable cards. I mean, mind you, we might still see some of those junky packs like old Ice Age and stuff like that
Yeah.
don't have many playables. But considering these are all relatively, well, at least modern-based sets, they have a lot of playables, I'd say.
So he picked up Court Homunculus in that pack.
Seems okay. I mean, you need artifacts for it to do
Yeah.
a little bit better, right?
To be a 2/2 instead of a 1/1.
Now he's back to Ravnica.
He is back to Ravnica. Surge of Zeal, Torpid Moloch. What does that Torpid Moloch do?
I don't know. Oh, it's a defender, and then you can
Oh, it's a
sack something?
3/2 defender.
You can sack it to do something?
And then sack 3 lands and it loses defender.
Oh, okay. It's an alpha strike creature.
Yeah.
It's like defender, and then you can do this.
And it is a lizard.
He could draft a lizard combo deck.
I think that's the one he's going to go for.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I think that Watery Grave is gone.
Yeah, it is gone. It's a good fixer, regardless of the value of the card. It's the type
Yeah.
of card that a black-blue player would really be happy to have.
I think the next one is going to be Judgment. Oh, that's his deck. Yeah, you know what? I think at that point, I definitely would have been looking at other colors instead of Court Homunculus.
Yeah, that's right, because you're not that committed to white, and even if you just end up splashing for something like Bound in Silence, you're okay. It would have been a good call to just take the best card in whatever color.
There's an Envelop. There's that Barbarian Bully. It looks like there's nobody else in red. He's doing a
Yeah.
good job of cutting that red.
If red is open, I mean, that's a good color to be in, I think.
I definitely like Barbarian Bully a lot more than Torpid Moloch. Ooh, even that card, the Antelope. I remember playing that in Limited
Yeah?
back in the day. It's
What does
just,
that do?
it's just a. Oh no,
Discard a card from your hand, prevent all damage that would be dealt to this.
it's not so good. Sorry.
Not so much.
You know what? I remember drafting it when I couldn't play Magic very well. All right.
Oh, and he's...
Ooh,
he's got
that card is also really good.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see it that late. That one was... what's that card again?
A Bogarden Rager. It's flash 3/4 for 5 and a red. And when it comes into play, target creature gets +4/+0 until end of turn. It could be a 2-for-1 a lot of the time.
Yeah, that's right. It does cost 6, but that's okay.
But it's flash.
Yeah, having the flash is pretty good.
It's a removal spell. And you don't have to play heavy red for it, even though that's not going to be a problem for Chris at all.
Yeah.
Echoing Courage is pretty juicy. That is
+2/+2 and all the same, get it?
Yeah, so any tokens like his Mog War Marshal.
Yeah. Or the goblins created by the
Yeah,
Mog War.
exactly.
Yeah.
They get to keep their pool.
Okay. Well, I think he's got a good plan here. He kind of settled himself into red. The cards are flowing very nicely. He doesn't seem to be fighting over any of them. And, he's just got to pick that second color and not feel too tied to white, I think, as you pointed out earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But the draft could go pretty well for him. What's he looking at here? Instill Furor? Yeah, that came back again.
That's going to keep coming around, I think.
Yeah.
So Instill Furor, it's 1 in a red, it's an aura, enchant creature, and then the creature has at the end of your turn, sacrifice this creature unless it attacked.
Oh, okay.
Which isn't the worst.
No, that's pretty good. As long as he makes sure to take enough bodies, like even if a creature
Like that's
seems
3/2 for 1 red.
Yeah. Well, he did take it. And there's book burning. He's gonna do it.
He's got the Browbeat, the Book Burning, and the
And
Barbarian Bully. He just needs a Vexing Devil. Hopefully there's a pack of...
Yeah. Avacyn Restored.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Sliver with Shadow. All slivers you control
Oh, yeah.
Shadow. How good are slivers, do you think, in the Chaos Draft?
Again, I don't think you can bank on them. There's so many sets that don't have slivers at all, but they are around, so, maybe. But I would just get them incidentally, or I would pick a sliver that's individually good. right?
All right, we're going over to pack 2.
So what's he opening? Visions.
Oh, Visions.
Visions is one of my favorite sets.
Really?
Yeah.
This is actually not just an average pack of Visions.
Ooh.
This is the pre-release pack of Visions that came in the
in the
multiverse gift set.
Yeah.
See if any of your favorite Vision cards are in this pack. Bull Elephant, was that one of them?
Bull Elephant I thought was pretty good. And Undiscovered Paradise.
Ooh, Rock Slide seems like a pretty good card for Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Undiscovered Paradise?
Well, the Rock Slide I think is definitely the pick. Undiscovered Paradise is just a really nice fixer to have.
Oh, man. And then he's probably going to be able to long-range that Goblin Recruiter for his Goblin deck.
Or just the Talrim Champion, right? Like, Talrim Champion is good.
It's a 4 and a red for a 3/3 first strike?
Yeah, whenever Talrim Champion blocks or is blocked by a creature, that creature loses first strike until end of turn. So it's like super first strike.
So now Chris has picked up his next pack. It is Conspiracy.
Oh, that's a weird one to have in there.
Let's take a look at that.
But it's interesting. There's a lot of reprints in Conspiracy as well, right? So you end up with quite a selection. It's almost like a Modern Masters pack in a way.
Oh, he's got the Flame Right. We also saw the Conspiracy card is Whisper Gear Sneak. We do know that Chris Ha's third pack is revised.
Oh.
So somebody is going to be, if they use that, I think targeting Chris Ha to open up that pack of revised before he can.
Yeah. See if they can pull the money out of there first.
He's studying that Whisper Gear Sneak quite carefully. Let's talk about the card Chris did pick up.
And what did he take out of here?
He grabbed the Flame Right, but you know what? He's going faster than we are.
Uh-oh.
We got to move right on to Konzatark here.
Cons. Well, again, some newer, more familiar cards since this was a current block. And what's he looking at here? This is Bringlow.
I believe he grabbed that Bringlow.
Yeah, 3 damage to target creature. If the creature has a +1/+1 counter it, 5 damage instead.
He's got to grab the removal while he can see it.
Yeah.
That's the one.
That's what's not going to come back.
Yeah. And it's going to be the card that puts another player in red.
Yeah, so he's really got to make sure that's not still in the pack. But
he did grab that Flame Right. Now that is a red and a white for a 1/1. And you pay a 1 and tap it and put a 1/1 colorless construct into play with Defender, and then you can tap it and sack a creature to deal 1 damage to any target, I believe.
Huh. Sack a Defender and deal 1 damage to a creature or player. Yeah. That's a pretty interesting card in red-white, especially.
Yeah,
too.
Especially because you can block with that the construct and then sack it.
and then sack it. It's a very interesting card. And, I mean, if he's in red-white, then I think he'd be pretty happy to have a good 2-drop creature. Mm-hmm. That's the other thing I think that's important, is as these guys are drafting, just fill out their curves. You know what I mean? Have cards you can play. That's one of the most basic things you do when you're drafting in Magic. And as long as they're sticking to that, then, things can go well. So he's just waiting for his next pack. What's going to come his way?
I do not know.
So he just took Cons of Tark here.
I just want to go back to that Rock Slide that he picked as well. It's an instant, red and X, and it deals X damage divided any way you choose among any number of target attacking or blocking creatures without flying. That's a big game. In my opinion, that's a big game. Yeah,
that's a really good card. And again, that's Visions, despite its age. It's got so many of these really kind of high caliber cards. Sometimes I find like older sets, you start to lose card quality in a lot of the weird janky stuff, but Visions is just really good.
And now we are on to Legions.
This was all creatures, right? This set.
Yep. So, it certainly was.
This is a nice...
We've got, the Covert Operative. I remember that card. Blade Sliver. There's another set with slivers here.
Yeah, these are slivers. And, you remember Skin Thinner? That was another good one. But that's black. He's unlikely to take it.
You might be taking a look at someone else's picks.
Oh.
I know we have a good angle on what everybody else is drafting and doing. Ooh, we have Ghastly Remains. That's the rare in the package.
Ghastly Remains. This is such a weird zombie. Huh.
There's that red creature with Provoke that I like. Blade Sliver is nice as well.
The Crested Craghorn?
Yes,
4/1 haste
it's a
provoke for
creature
5?
removal. Creature, like, it definitely kills a creature because of the provoke.
That's right, because, yeah, you can force them to block with a particular creature, right?
Yeah. Or it's a 4/1 haste,
And
if they don't have anything to block with.
So he seems to like this Daru Sanctifier here. 1/4 when it's turned face up, destroy an enchantment.
Mm-hmm.
And the morph is on
The Goblin
2, which
Dynamo,
isn't
though,
bad.
I think is maybe the right call for his deck.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It is expensive, though. This costs 7.
But he already took the book. Okay, he must
That's
have
true.
a plan.
Well, see, that's what would make me less likely to take something like the Goblin Dynamo if I
so
already have another, like, 8
he
drop.
put down the Goblin Lookout. He's
You
oh
went
no,
deep on that.
he's just messing with us. It's either Goblin Lookout or Blade Sliver.
I think in the long term, it's going to be a good investment.
I have 2 bucks.
And he's going for...
Blade Lookout.
Oh, he's got another... See, he's trying to think whether he's going to get that sliver back out of the pack.
Mm-hmm. Oh no.
He went with the Daru Sanctifier, the Enchantment Destroyer.
Oh, okay. And it is a morph, and there is a pack of cons going around as well.
Yeah, that's right. And
And
again,
Time Spiral is also...
just playable stuff, right? Regardless of what happens, he's got 3 mana, he can play that, so... It's good to have.
Yeah, so it looks like he is committed to white for some reason.
I think he just really likes the Bound in Silence, is that it? The pacifism he
Who
has.
can blame him?
Yeah, he's just thinking, you know what, if white comes around, then I'll take it.
He does need... Oh, also the Flame Right gives him 1/1 constructs.
Yeah.
And that works with the Courtroom Homunculus.
Oh, that's right, because they're artifacts, yeah?
Yep. So he's building synergies where there are none. He's going out of his way to find them, and he's doing he's doing it.
Yeah, well... I think his deck actually looks pretty good. I am impressed that he's kept it, you know, like all the cards he's chosen so far are all pretty playable, right? Like,
yeah.
He's not going to be searching for too many cards to fill out his deck, I think, especially considering, you know, we're only a few picks into pack 2.
Would you be happy with what he's got going on right now? If you were in his position?
Yeah, I would be.
All creatures you control get +1/+1 till end of turn.
Is that what he's looking at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be the closest thing that you can get to an overrun in this format.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, but that Goblin
Checking
Recruiter...
out that Goblin.
I think it's pretty good so far. I think he can stack quite a few Goblins on top. It would be even better with the Goblin Dynamo.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you know, that might come back, so... he thought better of it. You know what? He's probably banking on getting that back.
Yeah.
He's looking at it and going, nobody's going to take this. Trumpet Blast? That's similar to the other card.
I like the
even more
Warrior
aggressive.
a lot more. The 4/2 for 3 in a red.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just 3 in a red, 4/2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Poor
Why
man's
should you know?
FTK.
Yeah. Way to breathe, no breath.
Do you know?
But he is considering the Trumpet Blast because, especially if you played them both on the same turn,
Yeah.
the Trumpet Blast and give your whole team +1/+1.
Yeah.
All I know is
He's just got to make sure he's got a lot of dudes on the field that can, you know, get in
He's
there.
gonna do it.
He's going to do it. He took the Trumpet
All in.
Blast.
All in on shenanigans.
That's fine. I mean, again, he's looking at some of those other cards and he's just telling himself, you know what, these will come back.
Oh, you know what else makes goblins?
Goblin Slide. All right. Good call.
Act of Treason, though, I think might have been...
Might have been better.
Yeah.
Might have been better. Because, you know, if it comes down to a lockup and somebody's got a bomb on the board, take
You know
their
what
bomb,
else?
it can
What
change
else you could do?
everything.
You could Act of Treason a creature and then put that aura on it, the Instill Furor,
Oh,
and then not attack with it.
But then you're losing 2 cards for their 1. Sometimes that's going to be
Yeah.
worth it, but
Just to have both of them in there, that you know if you need to do
so
it.
that they have the flexibility of doing something like that.
And then that is also activating Goblin Slide twice, maybe.
Yeah.
Huh? Maybe that's all you need.
I just hope he doesn't play too many of those cards like the Browbeat and the Book Burning and stuff like that. Like, those are the cards to be cut and just make sure there's enough creatures and damage.
But they are good with Goblin Slide.
Well, I guess so.
That's a way to get a little bit of extra value on your non-creature spells for this deck. Oh my god, every card he was looking at came back.
Yeah, nobody's taking his stuff.
And that pumps all of his goblins.
Yep. And the Craghorn is there. The Dynamo's still there.
That sliver that he was
looking at.
He was dying for earlier. But
no,
this
he's going to go with the goblins.
He's pumping everything.
Yeah.
Usually first.
You know what? If this was me, I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would.
You would have gone this route? Or?
I don't know. Like, I would be... If these are the packs that came to me and this was how I picked up these cards, I would be a little bit worried just because playing an aggressive strategy in a 4-person draft with all sorts of weird packs is tough. Because you need consistency for aggro.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, mid-range is kind of where I would want to be in this type of format.
But you know what? If he's getting all these cards like he is, like, people aren't taking his
He
picks.
did grab that recruiter.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's
warrior.
FTK. Flame Tongue Kavu.
So, he's okay.
He's thinking about pillar. He might take the Ox.
He's thinking 2-4-4-2, 2-4-4-2. What do you go with? Do you aggro or do you take the big butt? Oh, he's taking the big butt.
You know what? He doesn't have a lot of things with big butts.
That's true.
Oh, I think the act. Ooh,
active
you know
freezing?
what? The Firehoof Cavalry is really not bad at all.
That's not bad either.
And even the Briber's Purse is not bad. He could stop creatures from blocking every turn.
Yeah. Again, he should. I don't know exactly how many cards he has on what points of the curve, but that's something to pay attention to when he's deciding between cards like that.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, I'm not entirely sure what he's trying to do, if he's trying to buy time for the Bogardan Hellkite, or if he's trying to... Ooh, nice.
He's just taking goblins.
That is a juicy long range.
Yeah, it is. It just, again, goes to show people don't care about those cards. They're taking their cards and their colors, and, you know, he'll get whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So here, there's nothing for him. He can just take whatever the best card is, which is fine. And, yeah, there we go. There's his 4-2.
Wow.
Oh, and
so
here's the revised pack.
Yeah, so Matt Mealing ended up looking at that revised pack.
Yeah.
With the Whisper Gear Sneak. So it's already been opened.
Oh, so he has already used this. Okay.
But let's take a look at revised.
Dun, dun, dun. Revised. These are the first cards I ever saw. The first Magic cards. So Rocket Launcher is the rare here.
Yeah, look how many basic lands are in this pack.
Good old revised. So 5 basic lands.
So many lands.
Whew. And as far as his game plan goes, I mean, this pack isn't exactly doing anything for him.
This is a tough one, right? When you open a pack like this, would you take Stone Rain?
I would take the Rocket Launcher. I mean, you play it for 4, and then you sit back until you have as much mana as you can pump into it, and then you use it like a Masticore, you know, blast, 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 and then at the end of the turn it's going to be destroyed. But that's probably the highest impact card. If he actually wants the Stone Rain, table it. You know what I mean? He'll table that Stone Rain. It's just too bad that there are 5 lands in here, so
there really aren't a lot of picks in this pack.
Yeah,
he ended up grabbing the Crawworm, I think. The Crawworm? Because it's hard to deal with in this format.
Yeah. I mean, it
looks like a big hate draft.
Maybe he ends in green a little bit, but who knows?
Yeah. I agree with you. I think the Rocket Launcher was definitely the best pick in the pack, and I'd be surprised if we see it again. What else is... Yeah, it was... I don't know. It was a tough pack to open.
Yeah,
it was a bit of a letdown, I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
For a pack of revised, you kind of want a little bit of action.
It definitely had more value sealed than it did open.
Yeah.
And that's a hard truth you learn with a lot of older sets.
With a lot of packs in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
Almost every pack, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it was cool to see revised. Like I said, for me, it's super nostalgic because I always think of it as the way cards are supposed to look.
Yeah.
You know, that light shade of blue or green or any of the colors, right? The red is practically pink. And that looks correct to me.
Mm-hmm. I also love the way they look. I mean, how high would you drop those basic lands for your deck? They look pretty sweet. Like,
eventually somebody's going to have to take a bunch of basic lands. Like, the whole last lap of this pack is going to be basic lands.
I would be surprised if we see a weaker pack than the revised pack in this draft.
Only because you have to.
It was what was the weakest pack you've seen ever in a Mystery Chaos Draft? The first 2 that you played.
I think it was Ice Age.
No, Ice Age was juicy.
Oh
the one
wait,
you
that was a
opened.
really juicy one with the red and green cards.
I think Saviors of Kamigawa you really didn't like.
Oh, Saviors. Yeah, Kamigawa block in general. Just there were so many insular cards that only are relevant to other Kamigawa block cards, right?
Yeah.
The Splice onto Arcane or the Spirit stuff. They're... I don't know. It's a block I don't particularly like, and it doesn't mix well with other things, I think. So what's he gonna get after this revised pack here? He's waiting. He's like, hey, where's my cards? You over there.
I think that Frank is having a hard time reading every single card. You've never actually been past packs in a Mystery Chaos Draft by Frank before. You're always the one passing to him. But do you think it's? Oh no! Well, I guess every
would
other
have to
pack.
go one way and then the other.
It's my first day. Is it frustrating waiting for Frank to make picks?
It can be, yeah. Especially if he's like, oh, I took this. No, hold on, wait. I'm going to take this instead. No, hold on, wait.
Do you think that's all tactics? That's all Tall Frank tactics?
Yeah, of course it is. I mean, maybe it's inevitable and he doesn't have much choice in whether he does it or not, but it works into his tactics.
All right, so now we're looking at Unhinged. Frank had to read all these cards.
Yeah,
I understand completely.
I don't know what any of these cards do.
Now, there was a special note to the players for Unhinged where they didn't know what pack it was, but there was a pink dot on the top right of the envelope, and they were told, whoa!
Oh, ho, ho.
That's not bad.
What do those go for?
$80.
$80?
Yep. And Chris Haas slammed it. If he wins this draft, he is taking home a foiled island. And if he loses, somebody out there is going to walk away with a foiled island.
So what did Frank take out of this pack? He was... do you think he was choosing between that and the island? Like, just to...
I don't know. It's pretty tough to find out.
And a pack like Unhinged is so hard to judge because you're looking at the cards and going, oh, this deals 3.5 damage. This one I have to play with my pants down or whatever. So you just don't know what to do.
If you were in Chris Haas' position there, you have a chance to pick up that foiled island or a card that helps you in the deck.
Yeah.
Do you take that foiled island?
Yeah, because you got to have something to play for. And if that's most likely the most expensive card in the entire draft, then go for it. Give yourself a chance to win that, right?
He looks pretty happy about that foiled island. Why shouldn't he be?
He made the right pick.
So, like I was saying about the Unhinged pack, each player knows that they have to main deck at least one card from Unhinged, not including the land.
Oh, okay. I see.
Just a little fun twist.
You know,
twists come in 3. This is the 3rd Mystery Chaos Draft, and these guys got the twist. Oh, that Goblin Splunker. It looks like the top left-hand corner of it's been bent a little bit. Oh. Sorry about that, YouTube. If you were in this for the Goblin Splunker, though, I think that you were in it for all the wrong reasons, as there is a foiled island in this draft.
I'm just so surprised that a foil island from Unhinged is worth so much. But I guess it's one of those chase lands, right? Like, people like to play this type of basic land.
Funny enough, it's not the most expensive card you could open in Unhinged.
Whoa. It's not?
Nope.
Super secret tech? A foil super secret tech?
No, that's worth less. Not worthless, but worth less. Do you want to take another guess?
City of Ass.
I think that's up there, but I think the island might be worth more. And I'm not even sure that this is the most expensive card in Unhinged, but a foiled Richard Garfield PhD is worth $100.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I had no idea.
I disagree. I agree with Chris.
Yeah, Chris is like, no, it's this one. You guys don't know.
Is going for a goblin theme, playing a foiled island, might as well.
Might as well. Just chuck it right in there. So what's he looking at here?
Nemesis. Ooh.
Oh,
man.
Look at that Massacre.
Do you like Massacre?
It's a good card, and it could wreck Chris. It is a mini Wrath, right? So those types of things are pretty valuable in limited.
Belby's Portal is the rare. We got a
Portal?
Viceling.
Man, this set had some cool looking cards, but I don't know. Viceling is just a black Vice on a 2/2 for 4.
And then there's also a Seal of Removal as well as Seal of Strength. A Laccolith Giant is probably what he's looking at, and then there's also
Laccolith Grunt.
And then there's a Flowstone Wall. The The flowstones. I remember the flowstones from Nemesis.
But walls can't attack. It says so right on the flowstone wall.
But the Belby's portal puts in his Boogerton Hellkite.
That's true, that's true. He'd have to choose dragons, and how many dragons does he have?
It's better than choosing goblins.
No. I think
he's taking the wall. I think he took the wall.
Okay, that's fair enough. Even something like the Lacolith Grunt.
But if you're willing to go ahead and hate the Crowworm, why don't you just hate that Massacre too?
Yeah.
You're like auto lose to Massacre.
It's very fair to hate the Massacre because it's the best card in this pack. But, yeah, I mean, he's not black, I guess, so he's just not thinking about it as much.
If Viceling cost one less, I think it would be so much better.
It would. But this is the era when they were overcosting everything. That's why Mercadian Block sucks.
Maybe Mercadian Block would say, you suck.
Yeah, maybe it would, and it wouldn't be right. It'd be flat out wrong. The cards are interesting, though. It's nice to see a gain of variety like this.
Alright, this is Stronghold.
Stronghold.
We got a Mulch, a Furnace Spirit, which is probably what he's going to take. It's unaffected by summoning sickness, don't you know?
Don't I know it.
And then we've got the
Core dudes.
Nomad Encore.
Oh,
Fling.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's good with your Boogerton Hellkite.
Yeah, fling it right in his face.
And with Active Treason.
Yeah, that's right. Active Treason Fling. 5-mana combo.
It's way better than my other combo.
Yeah. Yeah, take the Fling. Go with the Fling, Chris.
Would you take the Fling here?
I'd take the Fling.
Over
Those other
Furnace
cards,
Spirit?
they're going to come back. Nobody's going to take them.
You think people are all just drooling over Fling?
Fling would probably also return, but it might be less likely. That's the type of card that maybe if you're just playing a bit of red, you can have a Fling to
But
chuck something.
Rebound is in this pack. Rebound redirects the target of Fling. So you fling something, and then they rebound it in your face, and then what do you feel like? You feel like
you got a 2 for
Pilot
0
jerk.
plus some damage in your face. But nah, Fling, I'd go with that. I like it. It seems to fit what he's going for here.
Yeah.
You know, you can play that 4/2 Lizard Man, the fake FTK.
he could also pump that Flowstone Wall and fling it.
That he can. This guy's thinking.
Or he could pump all of his goblins with all of his pump abilities.
Oh yeah, Trumpet Blast, attack with them, and then fling.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this pack. But hey, there's the rocket launcher. Just take the rocket launcher. People shouldn't overlook that card.
Now, I did see the rare in the Unhinged pack was Mox Lotus. So if you have Mox Lotus and rocket
launcher, then that's just that.
That's infinite damage.
Yeah.
But
let's see if anybody sees this. See, he's looking at these two enchantments, and I mean, Holy Strength is okay, but the rocket launcher...
Holy Strength is not okay. I think that the rocket launcher is confusing. I think people read it and they think it only
deals one
damage for 6 mana.
Or that it dies immediately after you use it. It dies at the end of the turn, not immediately after you use it.
So you can activate it as many times as you want.
Yeah, and you can wait through phases. You can, choose when you're dealing the damage. It's not.
But he took the prevent 2 damage artifact.
The Conservator. Well,
we got him. Oh, there's that Mox
Lotus. How much does that cost?
15.
Like, 15. Well, maybe that's not going to happen.
You can Belby's Portal. No,
you can't do that.
So Face to Face is actually a game store in Toronto, and they have their own card. What's that one do again? It's a best 2 out of 3 in rock, paper, scissors?
Something like that. Face to face. That says you and target opponent play a best 2 out of 3 rock, paper, scissors. If you win, 5 damage to that opponent. If you lose, nothing. So, I mean, it could just be a wasted card, but at least you don't take.
Look at that Massacre!
Oh, that Massacre!
Still going around,
just staring at him.
And Seal of Removal. 2 cards I thought were going to be picked up pretty highly in this pack.
Yeah. I mean, both are very, very good. Like, the Massacre, like I said, I think is the best card in the pack, and the Seal of Removal is something that was cube-worthy up until recently, right?
Yeah.
He's looking at Viceling. He says, this can deal damage.
I would definitely be hating the Massacre before considering Belby's Portal.
Yeah. That Massacre, it's just...
You have a foiled island from Unhinged that you could lose.
Nah. He shouldn't play scared to lose things. He should just...
I play scared to lose when there's like $2 store credit on the line.
Let alone $80 or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so funny. Stupid basic land is the most expensive card that these people open. There was a pack of Revise, pack of Modern Masters.
It's a Watery Grave from Ravnica.
Yeah. Here, Island. So he's back to Stronghold, and there's those slivers you were talking about before, too.
Yeah. So as you can see, I planted a sliver sub-theme.
Yeah.
And was really hoping for it to come together. This Dream Prowler is really good. What does Dream Prowler do? It looks like it's
1/5 unblockable as long as nothing else is attacking.
That's not bad.
For 4, it's okay. If you can put something on it to beef it in some way.
Oh, maybe a Holy Strength?
What did he go with there? He just grabbed something.
You know what? I missed it.
Missed it.
I wish we were calling this.
If only we were paying attention to what's happening in
So
the draft.
he could take Howl from Beyond or Lance or 5 basic lands.
Look at these basic lands.
And 2 of them are the same art. How does that even happen?
But hey, Revise, they wanted people to have lands to play with the cards, right?
Yeah.
Because you might only get a few boosters, and then you had to be able to play with what you
Touch
had.
and Go and Standing Army.
Well, looks like
Standing
he's gonna
Army
take
is
that
pretty
Standing
solid.
Army.
It's 2/4 for 2. It's 2/4 for 2 and 2 white. And then as long as you're standing, it has Vigilance. That doesn't mean you have to stand the whole time. It only needs Vigilance when you declare it as an attack.
Oh, that's right, yeah. So it's 2
you
4
just-
Vigilance for
yeah.
4. You just stand, and then it's good to go.
For this type of format, that is fine. Wow, Massacre is one of
There's
the
that
last
Massacre.
5...
Jeez.
Last 4 cards in the pack. Massacre. Is nobody playing black?
I guess not, but I think Chris should be a little bit more afraid of that Massacre than he is.
I mean, there's a very good chance you're only... If you win this whole thing, you're only not playing against one player.
Yeah, that's
So-
right. Just one person.
Odds suggest you're going to have to play against that Massacre. Unless it's taken by somebody who's not playing that color.
Good old Revise.
All green. 3 green cards.
Oh, man, I think that happened.
He's
way?
spending more time on the forest than the Massacre pick.
Oh, look at that. He was like, this forest stands out from these other 2 forests, so that's what I'm going to take here. But, I mean, okay. That's fair.
Imagine if packs were still like that and people were drafting and it's like, alright, everybody take out your basic lands.
Yeah.
And you would have like a pile of cards in the middle of the draft table.
Huge stack. And when Revise came out, there was no drafting.
No, of course. Or else you couldn't pull that.
Yeah, this just wouldn't work.
Aw, poor little girl.
Aw. Is he going to take her? Is he going to do it? She's the half-seed,
Or
right?
Mana Flare. So add 1 red to your mana pool for every card by the same artist that you have in play.
Oh, okay.
Last pick, little girl. I think that's actually probably one of the more expensive cards in the pack.
Little girl?
Isn't little girl like $1?
Whew, I don't know anything about Unhinged. I'll give you that.
You don't know the values of Unhinged cards?
No,
Last
sir.
pick, blue card. All right. Well, we're going to take a look at Frank's draft next time
All right.
on Mystery Chaos Draft. Thanks for joining us.